Hey guys, Joe here. Welcome to another Dragon Ball FighterZ video, and welcome back to my patch 1.40/1.41/1.42 review. Today we'll be taking a look at Adult Gohan and the relatively small list of changes he received. But these changes are still interesting regardless, so without further ado, let's take a look at them. The first change to look at is to 5S, which now has a faster startup. A 15 frame startup, which means if you're using this in a block string, you're gonna be able to true string into it. Which is nice. So, you've got that as an option. So, that's pretty good. The next two changes are to jumping heavy attack, and the reason I'm in the corner is because it'll be easier to demonstrate in the corner. Because the two changes this move received are that it can now hit crouching opponents after performing a 2S or JS, and the distance has been moved after performing one of those two moves. So now, if you do 2S, or in this case 3S, to get close to the opponent, the movement of the move is now adjusted to actually let Gohan connect. And if you're leveled up, and the opponent is crouching, you now have the ability to hit them and go for some really crazy high-low mix, 50-50s, fuzzy mix, and just apply insane pressure to the opponent. And you could just get away with so much shit. So, this basically gives you new options for a mix in the corner, as well as incredibly strong pressure with Gohan once you get him leveled up, which is pretty fucking cool. The next change is to the heavy version of Machine Gun Kick, which now has increased hit stop on the final hit when not doing the smash hit. So as you saw there, the opponent is now in more hit stun, which means if you do a pretty long combo and you go for, and you're at level 7 and you go for EX legs into the light version of ultimate back attack, you'll be able to more easily connect. So let me show you an example. Oh, whoops. Okay, I thought I had a... my dumbass thought I had a smash hit. Let's try that again. That's what you would normally have to do. But now... you can more easily do it when the opponent is further away, which also means that you could convert into the medium version a lot easier as well. If I can hit it. Alright, well, you get the idea. Bottom line is, you can now do this a lot later, which is a pretty nice change, especially if you've got special cancels and enough bar to spin. So, pretty alright change. Speaking of ultimate back attack, that's what got the next change. All three versions got the same change, which is having a changed hit effect after doing the full auto combo once you've leveled up. Which basically means this auto combo. If you do that auto combo and then do the ultimate back attack, doesn't matter which version, this is what happens now. You now get a ground bounce. You now get a guaranteed ground bounce. This basically means that now you can more effectively combo out of the move, which is just insane. So, let me just show you an example of a combo you can do now with this. If I can do it right. Yeah. So now you have that at your disposal. If that means anything. So, yeah. There you go. You can now combo out of ultimate back attack after using the full upgraded auto combo. So, I guess that gives it some new, both of those moves some new use cases, which is a pretty interesting change and a very interesting combo change nonetheless. So, I don't know. Let's see how this goes. Let's see what people can make of this. The last two changes, which I'm going to go over together because both of them are for Gohan's level 1, Potential Unleashed. Both of them now not only have a new hit effect, but the light medium version now has adjusted knockback on hit. So, if you're using controller, light medium is the bumper, heavy and special is the trigger. So this is the light medium version. And this is the heavy special version. There is a very big difference between the two, and that's how far the wall bounce carries the opponent and how long they're in a sliding knockdown for. So, this change only works when you're at level 7, but it is such an interesting change, and I can't help but love it, because now you can effectively extend combos with this thing, even though it does scale, you know, the damage, which I think is fair. And I think the fact that you can only get this at level 7 is a really smart decision on Bandai's part and on Arceus's part, because if this thing didn't have proper damage scaling, or could be used just in general every time you leveled up, or was at a lower level, I think it'd be pretty busted. But having it solely at level 7, I think is very fair. Because if you can manage to get Gohan to level 7, the game is yours. No two ways about it. And do remember, Gohan at level 7 is quite possibly the best character in the game. Nay, not even quite possibly, but he is, without question, the best character in the game. And one of the most terrifying characters in the game. So, now he's got a new toy to play with, amongst the others I mentioned earlier. So, yeah, his character is even better than he was before. And with that, we have covered all of Adult Gohan's changes this patch. And I'm not gonna lie, I really don't have a problem with any of them. All of these changes range from really nice buffs to really weird changes that are actually kind of interesting to nice quality of life changes. Not a single nerf here, and all of them I think are pretty fitting for the character of Adult Gohan. But I will admit, there are definitely some changes I think the character could use, and that's what I'm going to get into, so let's do that. So now we've come to the last part of the video where I list off all the changes I personally would make to the character. And thankfully for Adult Gohan, there's not really much to talk about, so let's start with the list of nerfs I have for him, starting with his 5M. Now his 5M is extremely good because it's very similar to that of Vegito's 5M, which is already an insane button in and of itself. It is a 9-frame normal, and while it is -8 on block, the range and startup more than make up for it. Which brings about the question, if I had to sacrifice the startup or the range, which one would I sacrifice? And the answer to that question would be the startup. I would increase the startup from 9 frames to 11 frames. Not much more to say there. The next nerf would be to 3L, and I would make a similar change. Because as it currently stands, it is an 8-frame normal, and it's -2 on block. And I think this normal should be 10 frames startup rather than 8-frame startup, to make it a little more manageable to deal with, because this is pretty fucking crazy. And the last nerf would be to Adult Gohan's light DP jet uppercut. As you can see, it is -33 on whiff, and on block it's -15. And what I would do is increase the recovery for both, at least when powered up. I would have his light DP on whiff be -40 instead of -33, and on block I would have it be -25 rather than the -15 it currently is. And that's all for the nerfs. Now for the one buff that I would give the character. So let me show you something. This does not work mid-screen, but this does work in the corner. And I think it's about time that this move was able to combo into this from mid-screen. And I believe that this move at level 5 should be granted a greater wall bounce so that you can convert it into Masenko at level 5, granting Gohan a new plethora of combos at his disposal. And with that, those are all the changes I would make to the character. And that pretty much does it for this video. Next time, we'll be talking about the Assassin of Universe 6 hit and all the crazy changes he received. But until then, don't do anything stupid and take good care of yourselves. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all later. Bye.